A couple of things before we really get into the meat of this episode. First up, David Ott increased the quarterback XP slider. Now, what you're seeing right now, of course, is not from the Bills series. This is from an offline franchise mode run that I've been doing. And I have a quarterback in this franchise mode by the name of TJ Hamden, who has turned into an absolute monster. Matter of fact, he is the best quarterback in the league. The reason why I wanted to show you TJ Hamden and the fact that we also have guys like one Jalen Ramsey here, not that one, and on defense, Haynes, Geddes, and DJ Fauci, is that players can develop without having to boost up the XP sliders. I go to the wrong spot to show you guys that it's not a matter of the XP slider being changed. It's just, with the way this game works, sometimes players develop, sometimes players don't. So in the case of it being a little bit disappointing that Hanson Erickson hasn't turned into a monster, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it happens. And I kind of like that it's not a guarantee that every high-rated player actually ends up developing. It's actually kind of nice. Next up, Thomas Bailey. Is Kareem Hunt my favorite running back? No. My favorite running back is whatever guy they pull off the street and say, hey, you're the running back for the Patriots. He runs for a couple of touchdowns, and then we kick him to the curb. Jonas Gray. That aside, we're good to go. Let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of my Buffalo Bills franchise mode series. We left the last episode here at the beginning of week 17 because it crashed me. The server crashed and it kicked me out of franchise, but we're back today, damn it. We will be playing the Patriots. We are already guaranteed the division title, and we're still battling it out for the top record in the NFL. A win guarantees that. So we'll see what happens. We will also go through the playoffs no matter how far we make it. So could this be a Super Bowl episode? Maybe, unless it takes like a half an hour to get there and I decide to be overly dramatic. But regardless, we'll see how it goes. I will mention as well, there was another comment that was wondering whether or not I was still enjoying this series. I very much am. I am determined to a fault on occasion when it comes to perhaps not giving up on a franchise mode as soon as I possibly really could have or maybe should. That said, this series is going nowhere. I am damn well determined to win. I do have plans to continue with Madden beyond this series, so, you know, look forward to that in the future, but in the short term, yeah, this series is going nowhere. Damn well determined to win, and hopefully today will be that day. That said, I need to remember who the hell I had a quarterback scout right now. Okay, why do I have a quarterback scout? I'm going to guess there wasn't an offensive line scout. See, these are the little details when you take a couple of days in between recording that you can kind of forget. So actually, let me go back to scouting before we get into this first game, the final game of the regular season against New England. Quarterback-wise, I mean, I could just, here, let me just, I guess, scout the third round options. Oh boy. Spencer Heward's okay. We got that going for us. Yeah, Cedric Bell, not so much. Running back-wise, I mean, we're good on that front. Wide receiver-wise, we're good. Tight ends, we're pretty much good. Could maybe take a look at the guys in the third round, but probably not worth it. Beyond that, if I remember correctly, we don't have an offensive line scout, and that's why I stuck with a quarterback scout. That sounds about right, with everything else being scouted. Let me double check just to make sure that was indeed the case. 99% sure it is. And if it is, then we'll just scout out the O-line and jump into our first game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point that was the case. O-line scouts, no. Alright, cool. So with that, let's go ahead and waste these final few points, and then we'll get into this game down in Foxborough. Hopefully we can walk away with the victory. And you know what? I mean, I already just had to watch the Patriots lose to the Titans. Why not watch them lose again? Is my argument. Mike Zuta. The Zutas looking pretty good. Sean Hart. Good old Kurt Schmidt. Good old Kurt Schmidt. All right, let's do this. Let's get down to business. The final game of the regular season. We have an 11 overall point advantage. The last episode was going incredibly well. We were on a great run in terms of momentum. Whether or not we can continue that We will find out here. But a lot of pressure on this team right now. I think we're as good as we've ever been. You could argue that when, before the Adams and the Jordan Poyer drop-offs happened, that we were in better shape, and I don't know if I disagree, but I feel like this team, for some reason, has that proper amount of balance that's really leading them to play at such a high level. Obviously, though, when you look at guys like Poyer and Shazier, overall-wise, we might have been better, but I really do love the way this team's come together. We'll see what we can do here in the final game, as we scored very early. We're up 14-0, now 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. What happened there? It was a 92-yard rushing touchdown for Kareem Hunt on our first play. Good Lord, Micah Hyde with an interception leads to a 6-yard rush by Hunt, 13-yard completion to London Charles, and a 14-yard touchdown pass to Kawan Byram. They were able to get back into it, but that is a hell of a start. So, I mean, we have Kareem doing what he does, the defense stepping up in the way that we need them to. It was a promising start. We make it 17-7, now 24-7, 27-7 at halftime. Buffalo Bills are rolling. A 45-yard field goal for Jake Elliott. And we add to that with a 2-yard rushing touchdown for Dorico and Kang. Good stuff. Let's get to the fourth. We're cruising in this game right now. Just trying to see it out. Smooth sailing, hopefully. We have the ball in the 15 to start the fourth quarter. No points in the third. Now 34-7. So we quickly capitalize. 13-yard pass to Kawangio, and then a touchdown pass to the fullback, Jackson Devon. 2-yard completion for the touchdown. Not bad. Good to see the fullback getting involved, as this game is all but over. They throw it away on fourth down. We start at the 31. This game's over. 37-7, 44-7, now 44-10, and that is how it ends. A dominant performance to begin this episode as we head into the playoffs on a high. We are playing so well right now. It's just whether or not we can continue that momentum. A brutal game for Chandler Smelly. 3 interceptions. Hanson Erickson, 20 of 28, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Unfortunately, Kareem does what Kareem does. 171 yards rushing with a touchdown, and Kang with a touchdown as well, which is amazing. Receiving-wise, Kawangio over 100 yards on 9 receptions. Byram and Devon with the touchdowns. Only 1 sack allowed. Defensively, Idris Stevenson led the way with 7 total tackles. 2.5 sacks for Joe Jackson, Keaho, Stevenson, Harvey, and Malone. Oh my God. Chandler Smelly, like, Jesus. How are you not in the hospital right now? That is a lot of abuse, sir. And then 2 interceptions for Micah Hyde, 1 for Mike Hilton as well. Jake Elliott, 3 for 3 with the field goals. That was the biggest one-sided ass-kicking I think we've seen in this series thus far. Kawangio and Weeks with skill points to spend. Will make Kawangio better as a deep threat. He won't go up in an overall point, but he will get some crucial attribute help. A +4 to the deeper route, where that is now up to an 86. Not bad. 21st ranked wideouts. Good stuff. And then Brenton Weeks has turned into a very crucial player for us on the O-line. We'll make him better in an agility sense. Confidence is up by 1, so he's up to an 84 and gets some good help there. Attribute-wise, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good. 13-3, number 1 team in the NFL coming out of the regular season. Whether or not we can build upon that and get it done when it matters, that's the big question. Let's take a look at the yearly awards, though. Kareem Hunt, League MVP. Tremendous. Beat out Sean Elling and Ezekiel Elliott. Lamar Jackson and Clayton Thorson were up there as well. Second in Coach of the Year voting, though, with McDermott. Went to Washington's coach. AFC-wise, Offensive Player of the Year, Kareem Hunt. Erickson did finish in 6th, which is pretty nice. Defensive Player of the Year, Idris Stevenson. So, say what you want about who we got rid of, but to get Stevenson, that was huge. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson finished in 2nd, despite being moved to middle linebacker midway through the year. Micah Hyde was 4th. My God, what a year for us. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Marquez Clemens. London Charles finished second. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had Bennett Huval finish 5th. Best quarterback, somehow Erickson was 6th in that regard as well. Best running back was obvious, Kareem Hunt. I was kind of hoping to see good old Dorico up there. Wide receiver-wise, Kawangio finished in 7th. On the O-line, Brenton Weeks was 3rd, Lewis Bush 5th, Lecky, Dieter, and Stemke. All 5 members of the O-line finished within the top 9. This team, man, we're looking so good. Denard Keaho, 4th in terms of defensive line. Clayton Malone, a little bit disappointing in that regard. Finished 7th in voting. Linebacker-wise, Idris Stevenson, Chauncey up there as well. Defensive back goes to Micah Hyde. He's getting better with age. Best kicker, Jake Elliott. And as far as the NFC is concerned, I know some people like to see, so as I always do, we'll just go ahead and quickly scroll through. You guys can pause if you want to read all the names, at least in the top 7. You can do that on your own time, but at least the information is there. So a tremendous season for us. We're going to take a look at more in-depth stats before simming to the next round, the divisional matchups. We'll take a look at who we're going up against. So a final look at the standings. Again, the best team in the league. Points for 460. Third best behind the Chiefs and Redskins. Our defense, we allowed 308 points. The fewest in the league. Fewest points allowed in the league. How do you like that? We've won 6 games in a row. Second best streak heading into the postseason aside from the Saints. Which is crazy. We only lost 1 game on the road all year. Absolutely nuts. What a great season for us. And I certainly won't say that I expected us to do as well as we did after some of the trades that we made, but still, I will gladly celebrate our success. In terms of total offense, we were 2nd in yardage behind Washington. Passing yards, we were at 4,200, which looks to be about mid-table. Rushing yards this year, number 1, thanks to Kareem Hunt, over 2,100 yards of offense. We averaged 28.8 points per game, which is the 3rd highest in the league. Passing touchdowns at 29. Looks like that's towards the lower half of the table. Whereas rushing touchdowns, we were also mid-table, around 18. Quite a few defensive touchdowns then, I would assume. Defensively, in terms of total yards allowed, we were towards the bottom at 5,400. Passing yards allowed at 4,100, which is up there, to be honest. But it's also up there for other teams like Washington, who had a very good season. Rushing yards allowed, we had the 4th fewest. And again, total points, we were at the bottom. 52 sacks as a team, 10 more than the 2nd highest rated squad. That is crazy. Only 2 fumble recoveries, 13 interceptions, which put us tied for 4th. This squad has performed to a higher level than I think any of us could have reasonably expected. Hanson Erickson, nearly 4,300 passing yards on the year, 29 touchdowns with 8 picks, 65% completion percentage, averaged 268 yards a game, and a 97.5 passer rating. Was sacked 32 times. Rushing-wise, Kareem Hunt, league MVP, nearly 1,900 yards, 14 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns for Dorico, or Dorico. Would it be Dorico or Dorico? I feel like calling him Dorico, but I don't know. To me, that makes him sound like a Pokemon or something else of like the Last Guardian level. So I don't know. Let's go with Dorico. Receiving-wise, Kawangio over 1,000 yards. Not too shabby. London Charles was 2nd. Kareem was 3rd. It's insane. 85 receptions for Kawangio, 81 for London Charles. Charles had a really good year, man. Made it worth, and I don't know if he made it worth getting rid of Devontae Adams, but we were able to survive it because he was so good. 8 receiving touchdowns for Kareem, the most on the team. 6 for Kawangio and Charles. 3 for Byram, Savage, Devon. Devon had 2. It's crazy. It is crazy. Blocking-wise, anybody in double digits? Yeah, Stemke had a rough year. Dieter was great. Brenton Weeks was pretty damn good too, but Grant Stemke was the weak link at left tackle, the blind side, so we might have to consider a change up there. Maybe swap him and Lecky? It's a tough call. And in terms of our defense, let's go for total tackles. Chauncey led the way, 111. Micah Hyde also over 100 on the year. Sack-wise, Stevenson with 14, 11.5 for Keaho, 8 for Malone. Absolutely ridiculous. Interception-wise, 4 for Hyde, 2 for Hilton. Just what a team this is, man. And then Jake Elliott, 39 of 42. Not too shabby at all. Rigoberto also did quite well. I think the kick return stats still quite broken. I think we could say that. Let's take a look league-wide for the hell of it, too, before we get into this, just to see how some of our big-name players compare. Where, in terms of total yardage, unfortunately, Hanson's not quite up there. Total touchdowns, Dak with 41. Ugh. At least we know rushing-wise, Kareem, it just doesn't compare. He led in yardage. Didn't lead in touchdowns, though. Barkley was 16 on the year. So, there you go. With that, I think we are good to go. We're good to take a look at the postseason matchups here for the wild card, and we're good to prepare to move on, which is crazy. Thank God we have this first round bye. So in the wild card, it's LA and Kansas City, LA and Minnesota, Indianapolis and Pittsburgh, Dallas and Arizona. Right, we'll see who makes it out of those situations. But before we advance, we do have upgrade points, and we have a lot of them, which is very nice. So Clayton Malone, let's make you better as a speed rusher. That doesn't have you go up an overall point. Doesn't see you go up by an overall point, but +2 finesse moves. I'll take that for our star defensive tackle. Idris Stevenson, right now playing like a 92, still a 90, will make you better as a run stopper. He goes up to a 91 overall with the +1 pursuit and +2 to his tackling. Normal development for him. Just surprising, but he's a beast, so it doesn't really matter. Grant Stemke gets a much-needed skill point right now. We're going to make him better in terms of agility, just to try and make him more well-rounded, and those 6 points in total will be quite helpful. Hanson Erickson gets a well-needed boost. We're going to make him better. Oof. I think in West Coast, it'll help him out in terms of the scheme fit. Even though his deep accuracy right now is his biggest weakness, we're going to try to make him a little bit better just under the West Coast. That gets him up to an 81 overall, which is pretty nice. +2 play action, +2 throw accuracy mid. And Jackson Devon, the fullback, will make him better under utility. That gets him up to a 75. He's very close to going up to a 76 on his own. So there we go. I'll be intrigued to see if there are any hangovers from the upgrade standpoint. I'll say there is not, and we are playing the Colts, the 10-6 Colts. Let's take a look at the playoff schedule and see what happened last week and what's leading into this week. So the Chiefs just run the Chargers out of town. Rams beat the Vikings. Colts just sneak past the Steelers, and the Cowboys beat the Cardinals. So in the divisional round, the final 8, we host the Colts, Rams, Redskins, Chiefs, Jaguars, Cowboys, and Saints. Let's take a look at what we're up against. Let's take a look at the Colts. Oh boy, we have an 88 rated squad. We need to make it out of the divisional round. We need to go to the conference final. There would have been, I think, some concern over scheme fits and playbooks, but I think right now with the run we've been on that we're fine. It's just a matter of our team performing on the day. So here we go. Quarterback is Travis Wilcox, 22 years old and 82, which is great. Oof. God damn. Erickson, I think most people would prefer that we had Travis Wilcox on our team. You need to prove yourself. Damn, he's going to be one hell of a quarterback for them. Running back is 84 overall, Austin Eckler, I believe it is. Eckler. I've honestly never heard his last name pronounced. Wouldn't know for sure. Duke Johnson also there. Wide receiver-wise, A.J. Brown, Kenny Golladay, T.Y. Hilton. Let's take a look at A.J. Brown. Quick development for a 25-year-old. Tight end-wise, Jesse James, Eric Mamula, and Cameron Larson. The O-line, Ruben Knox at left tackle. Okay, so we have an advantage there. They have an amazing left guard in Quentin Nelson. At center, Dylan Stocks, who's decent. Braden Smith, who's okay. Gordon Alford, who's kind of meh. So in terms of the quarterback matchup, it's about even right now. The edge might go to Wilcox. Running back-wise, we obviously have the advantage. Wide receiver-wise, I'd say we have the advantage. Tight end-wise, we have the advantage. O-line, we have the advantage. Donquell Artmore, starting left tackle, or starting left end, I should say. Right end Marcus Davenport is 79, and defensive tackle Tyquan Lewis with Jose Overstreet, the rookie. We have the edge everywhere thus far. Maybe defensive tackle, their depth is a little bit better with Overstreet, but we're looking good. Linebacker-wise, though, that could be the difference maker right there. Nick Royals, middle linebacker Dylan Cole, and Darius Leonard. So they do have some game changers in their lineup. Malik Hooker is one of them. They have some game changers in their lineup. That is, that can't be disputed. But we have the better team. I mean, that'll show, obviously, looking at the individuals. That'll show at the team overall, where we have a 10 overall point advantage. This is a must-win game. Whether it be the matchups we've had against Houston, whatever other chances we've had, any other teams that we have built thus far in the 5+ years, I believe, that we've been here already, this is it. This is our best opportunity yet to find success. Can we get out of the divisional round? Can we make it to the conference championship game? We can only view it one game at a time. I'm not going to say from there can we win. No. We need to get the job done on a weekend-by-weekend basis, and it starts here. We host Indy. Is it in the snow? It is. Go figure. Hopefully they're not wearing white. That happened to me the other day, and I was furious. Let's see how this goes. The Bills back in the playoffs. We can only hype it up so much, though. We've been here before. Can we get the win? Can the team perform to their ability? Let's find out. Through the first quarter we go. Who will strike first? The answer is nobody. A scoreless first. A couple of teams had, or a couple of opportunities for each team down the stretch there. The Indy 49, the Buffalo 22. I do know that there was someone who ended up being relatively close to capitalizing. It looks like it was us. Yeah, because right there at the end, this starting possession. Let's see what we can do here. We get the game's opening points. The field goal for Elliott. 33-yarder is good. Let's go to halftime. What can the defense do? We give up a touchdown, 7-3, now 10-7. 10 all, and that is the score at the half. We get the opening field goal. They bounce back. We trade points. So 33-yarder for Elliott. They respond with a touchdown off a long drive. It was a 1-yard completion to the tight end, Jesse James. We respond with a pretty quick drive, capped off by a 19-yard touchdown pass to Trey Cates, who I believe is still 4th on our depth charts. However, they respond with a decent drive that's ended with a 30-yard field goal. And that's that. That is that. This is still anybody's game. To the fourth we go as we strike. 17-10, now 17 all. And Indy threatening to score here at the start of the quarter. They are absolutely in field goal range. It was an interception by Mike Hilton that led to a 27-yard rushing touchdown for Kareem Hunt. They respond with a 4-yard rushing touchdown from Duke Johnson Jr. All right, defense, we need you here. It's the big play. They get the field goal, 20-17. The Colts have the lead. Not where we want to be. It's a much closer game than we would have hoped for, but it is a successful drive, capped off by a Kareem Hunt touchdown. 8-yard reception, 11:43 remaining. We are up by 4. The Colts respond with a drive that ends in a field goal. Seemed like there were a lot of stoppages there. Only 3 minutes, though, off the clock, I believe. Was it 14 or 11 minutes? I think it was 14. A decent drive capped off by a 30-yard field goal for Rich Leary. It's a 1-point game with 8 minutes remaining as we strike quickly. And that is what Kareem Hunt can do. You know what? I changed my mind. Kareem Hunt is now officially my favorite running back. He did it against the Patriots a few weeks ago, and he's done it again here. A 75-yard rushing touchdown after the touchback. Ridiculous. How many times has he done that this season? Where just first play, bam, gone. 31-23 with just under 7 minutes to go as the Colts take over. Can they respond? They can. They have tied this game. 31-all. Ended up being a 5-yard rushing touchdown for Eckler. 3:39 left. And it comes down to this. 6-yard rush for Hunt. Can we get this drive? First down for Kareem. Come on. Come on. Stemke takes a pen. Not ideal. 1st and 20. 2 yards there for Hunt as we're beyond the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 18 here. You know what? Let's watch this. Is there success to be had? 1:51 remaining. We're all tied up. We have all 3 timeouts. Do we have what it takes to march downfield and completion there on 2nd and 18? That Grant Stemke penalty could be disastrous for us. They have almost 500 yards of offense. Big play here. A gigantic play. If we fail to get the first down, they have plenty of time. We're going to run it with Kareem. He gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And the Colts will have a chance to win this in regulation, and what would be an upset, in my opinion, and an extremely disappointing loss. But that was a huge play for them. Let's see what happens. Don't know why it loves to replay it. Wilcox throws it away. 2nd and 10. 7-yard reception for James, and it's a huge 3rd and 3. With 1 minute remaining, clock's ticking. For some reason, no team called a timeout. Ball on the 50. Can we get the stop? Wilcox looking. Quick throw, completed to Golladay. He gets to the 30. And that might be enough. That might be enough for Indy to win this game. Oh my God. If they get any positive yardage, despite it being a low overall kicker, we're screwed. Here's Johnson. He gets stopped. It's a loss of 2. 43 seconds left. We need our defense, man. One of the league's, the fewest points allowed. Unfortunately, it's a tie game, 31-all, not where we wanted to be. Hand off to Johnson, breaks to the outside, gets stopped. He recovers the 2 yards that he lost. It's 3rd and 9, and a huge 3rd down here. Again, any positive yardage would almost certainly end it for the Colts. We need this stop so desperately. I don't know what the hell this whole cutscene time-wasting option is, but here we go. This is it. This could be our season on the line. That's not to say he's not even in range as it is. There's the snap. Play action. Throw over the middle to Mamula. Didn't get the first, but the ball's on the 23. And unless he turns in to the Bears kicker, whose name I don't remember, but he hit the upright 4 times today. Unless he turns into the Bears kicker, that's enough to end this one. Here we go. The lefty steps up. We need to stop here. Come on, miss it. Miss it. Laces out. It's blocked! Are you kidding me? Who got that? Micah Hyde recovers it. Who the hell is the hero? Oh my God, who are you? 36, I don't even know who that is offhand. Oh my God. What a play. A game-saving play. I don't even know who that was. Like, who the fuck just did? I can't believe that just happened. You guys know how this has been. Remember that loss to the Dolphins where we threw it on a 2-point conversion like idiots? Oh my God. Can you believe it? Who's the hero? It's Turner. Turner is the hero if we escape this. Oh my God. Shh. He's a cornerback, is he not? I'm pretty sure he's a corner. He is. Cordell Turner. Third string corner. May have just saved this season for us. That is unbelievable. Well, let's see what happens. 30 seconds left. No timeouts. Ball on the 30. It would be a miracle from Erickson here to get us into field goal range in time. There's such a good chance, but we do have Kareem Hunt, who gets dropped immediately, and that should be setting us up for overtime. Cordell Turner with the play of the century. And we should be good to go here. We might have one more snap, but it looks like, barring a miracle, we're destined for overtime. And indeed, we are going to overtime in the divisional round against the Colts. Cordell Turner saves the day, but will his heroics be all for naught? We have a second chance at life. Here's the coin toss. Can we get the win? We cannot. We cannot. Indy gets the ball. Indy gets the ball. Not great. Not great. We need this defense to show up here. Cordell Turner, you amazing person. I do have to watch this play unfold, but that's alright. I kind of want to watch the whole thing play out. Hilton takes a knee. Overtime in Buffalo. In the snow. Wouldn't have it any other way, right? Let's see if our defense can hold on. I'm kind of afraid to not watch every play because, like we've seen with Kareem, one play could do it. 1st and 10 and a 25-yard reception for James right out of the gates. Now the first down, 7-yard rush for Duke Johnson. 2nd and 3 and a big 3rd down coming up here. Can we overcome that slow start, that just flat out terrible start on the James reception? 3rd and 3. It's a big play already for this defense. Here we go. Wilcox drops back, throws it. Easy first down for James. Easy first down, wide open. 485 yards now for Wilcox on the day. 1st and 10, 3-yard rush for Eckler. 2nd and 7, another 3 yards, and another big 3rd down. They are in field goal range, I would assume. It comes down to this. Can our defense get the stop? They have thrown the ball 61 times today. As Kansas City crushed Jacksonville. Here we go. Can we get the stop? Wilcox throws out wide to James again. Those underneath routes from James killing us right now. It'll be a fresh set of downs from the 24. And Hilton gets to the 2 on a 22-yard reception. And, oh my God, I can't believe this. 1st and goal from the 2. Are the Colts going to win it here in overtime? Has our defense, arguably the best defense in the league, there we go. There we go, we needed that. Arguably the best defense in the league, are they going to let us down when it mattered the most? 2nd and goal from the 4. Can we hold on? Can we survive this? Can we limit them to just a field goal? The blocked kick to get to this point. Here's the run! And the Indianapolis Colts upset the Buffalo Bills in overtime. Wilcox leads the way. And an amazing opportunity to find success goes to waste. That is unbelievable. Erickson, 19 of 31, 210 yards with 2 touchdowns, but compared to Wilcox, 43 of 63, 514 yards with only 1 touchdown. Rushing-wise, Kareem had a great game. He does what he does. He did what he does. Byram led the way, touchdowns for Cates and Hunt. Blocking-wise, only 1 sack allowed by Dieter, but our defense struggled. It's never great to see 3 players in double digits for total tackles. It's not a good sign. We got to the quarterback a few times. Hilton with that 1 interception. But the bottom line is, this defense that allowed the fewest points in the league Gave up 37 to Indy. And we're out. Talked about viewing it as one game at a time. We couldn't even get past the first challenge. One has to wonder if this would have been slightly different with a fully healthy defensive line. It really just is a tough call in general as far as what could have been done differently. I mean, maybe again a scheme change or a playbook change, but we had been on a 6-game winning streak heading into the playoffs. I don't know who gets the blame there, aside from a defense that just got ripped to shreds. Just absolutely ripped to shreds. I don't know. I mean, obviously we're running a 4-6 scheme, which is very intensive on stopping the run. That said, in terms of passing yards allowed, it's not as if we were way the hell up there like we normally are. So there's a couple different ways to view it. I don't exactly view it as, oh, well, we are running the 4-6, so of course we got destroyed through the air. Like I said, throughout the regular season, we really hadn't. It's just so... I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that just happened. Wow. We're out. We are out. Just like that. Best record in the league. And we lose to the Colts in the divisional round. That is so heartbreaking, as we need to re-sign our team trainer. Dan Winters, buddy, would you like to come back? I got all the money in the world to sign you. Just come back. Make it easy on me. I can't believe that just happened. That is just so disappointing. And now, as far as what that leads to, as for the moment, we'll still go wide receiver training boost. And then by the time we get rid of Kareem, hopefully we'll have the points for the running back boost. And hopefully we don't lose Sean McDermott, because normally once I nearly max out coaches, they always seem to leave one way or another. Weekly awards, do we really care? I don't think we do. It's Cowboys and Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm going to guess the Chiefs just steamrolled them, right? Went to team schedule instead of league schedule. This is tragic. So the Redskins barely sneak past the Rams, Chiefs crush the Jags, and the Cowboys barely sneak past New Orleans. 28-7 Chiefs over the Colts, and 34-28 Cowboys over the Redskins. So there you go. Chiefs and Cowboys in the final. Pro Bowl roster, I mean, we obviously have some representatives. Hanson Erickson, the backup quarterback for the AFC. Kareem Hunt, the starting running back. Devon, the number 1 fullback. Anybody else? Stemke, the starting left tackle. Dieter, the backup center. You have Bush, the backup right guard. Leckie, the starting right tackle. I mean, we had a lot of representatives. Clayton Malone, third string defensive tackle. Stevenson, starting middle linebacker. Micah Hyde, the best safety, and Jake Elliott up there as well. And it all means nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez made it too. It all means nothing. Because we fell short. Deron Payne's back. Too little, too late. I'm guessing Winters left. No, he signed with us, or not. He rejected. Can I sign you? Apparently not. Is there anyone who has world-class regression? Apparently not. Let's sign Eric Grohl and pretend you're Dave's brother. Sign you to a decent amount, hopefully just to get you back, but we're going to sign you in general. Wow. I'm stunned. Stunned by it. You would have thought, or at least you would have liked to have thought, we could have at least gotten past the Colts. Apparently not, as I'm just going to burn points here the rest of the way, even if they're not worth scouting, because we're pretty much set. In terms of scouting, what a massive disappointment. What a massive disappointment that is. I'll at least see who ends up winning the damn Super Bowl. Place your bets. I got the Chiefs. Just the way they've been steamrolling people. And it's the Cowboys. 24-17. 24-17. As far as contracts, Kirkendall can go, Pfeiffer can go, Estandia, Nash, Groom, these were all depth options that we brought in anyway. Peterson, Ragland can go. Beck, Morley, Manti Te'o, who regressed quite heavily. Gamble, Sanat, Tucker, Drico, and Lucas Knott are the interesting ones. And Kang is looking for a little bit much. We could draft a running back. And Lucas Knott, in fairness, isn't looking for that much, but we'll let him go. We'll let every single one of those players walk and advance to the first week of free agency, where we'll take a look. First and foremost, let's take a look at the stadium. Probably due for some upgrades. Not really, actually. At least in terms of renovation, we're fine. So that's nice. Cool. So we can just sit there with $92 million in funds and do absolutely nothing. We have $37 million basically to sign free agents, which is ridiculous. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, aside from that, there don't appear to be that many. So it's like Aaron Rodgers is there at 40, right? I mean, we could do something dumb, like bringing in Rodgers for a season. I mean, you have Luck, who's probably going to regress. I mean, the only guy who would be worth bringing in would be Aaron Rodgers. If we wanted to bring in Rodgers for a season, just while this core is intact. So, that is an option, I do suppose. But other than that, Hanson Erickson's the guy, obviously. It's like you have someone like Mason Bird, but even if he has a good... Overall, he's kind of screwed. David Johnson's available, but at 32, I don't trust that he wouldn't regress. So it's like you got Long Hankton, Derrick Henry. Long Hankton's a hell of a name. But with how much he's looking for, 3. I mean, we could bring in a Hankton, Derrick Henry, Damian Harris. We could bring back Drico, but probably for the best to just draft somebody. Fullback-wise, we have Devon, so we're good in that regard. Unless Lee Gutierrez has a good development pattern. Interesting. Interesting. You know what? Because of that, let me check Mason Bird. Actually, for Bird, it doesn't matter as much. Running back-wise, is there anybody younger? Not really. Although, here, let me check these guys too. So, good old Riley Fugger. Hell of a name. We'll call him Fugger instead of Fugger. Sounds better. Simonton, Lee Gutierrez, I'm actually going to send an offer to because, Jesus, he could end up being amazing. So, not against just sending him an offer. He's not even looking for that much, so that would be pretty sweet. Is there another fullback with star development, or are we just going to get lucky in that regard? I guess we're just going to get lucky with him. Wide receiver-wise, A.J. Green's there. We don't really need him. C.J. and Lane could be a decent addition. He's not going to get any better, though. Chark. DJ Chark. Cool. So in terms of quarterbacks, I mean, we either stick with Erickson, maybe look to draft somebody if they're worth it, or we sign Aaron Rodgers and just be like, fuck it, Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback for a season and we see what happens. Running back wise, again, we could sign a depth option here, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys. But quarterback wise, what do you think? Just stick with Erickson and maybe look to draft his replacement, or do we just sign Aaron Rodgers and be dumb about it and, you know, give up on Erickson, which I don't really think he deserves to be given up on, but if we can draft his replacement, I'm just saying it's an option, right? That's all. Running back wise, same thing. We have a couple of options, or we could just draft somebody, have it be cheaper. I'm going to try to sign Lee Gutierrez. Wide receiver wise, we could look for another addition in the draft. We do kind of need a better third option behind Kawangio and Charles. Tight end wise, old face, Ellis Holier's there. He's not going to get any better, though, at that age. Quick development, he's not going to get any better, though. So Pittman's still the better option to have there. We could look to draft somebody else. Jason Peck, another old face. Offensive line-wise, Ben Montgomery, he's not going to get any better, so that's a no. Is there anybody else here half decent? Wesley Green's a no. Schweigert is a no. Moyer is a no. Alright, so no help on the offensive line. So, in terms of anything offensive related, Aaron Rodgers or no. Sign a running back or just wait for the draft. Wide receiver wise, tight end wise, we'll find help. So, only one that I'm dead set on signing is that fullback. Defensively, Trey Hendrickson, not going to be much of a help to us. Neither is Jerron Breston. The Breston. Just at his age, he's not going to get much better. So there's no help there. Defensive tackle, Fletcher Cox and Sean Robinson, but we're good with who we have already, obviously. And right end wise, Monte Saxon. Quick development at 26. We're not outdueling Miami with that offer, so I guess we're good. We could look to bring in like a Lucas Knott if we wanted to, but obviously drafting a left end, we could bring in depth. Like we could sign like a 76 to a 78 to bring in defensive end depth. Or we can, of course, Potter's also available to be moved back. So if you factor that in, Potter's listed as a defensive tackle. We could sign some defensive end depth, but more than likely just bring it in through the draft. Left outside linebacker, Charles Marler. Hello. Dolphins have a big offer out for him, but it might be worth... He might be worth going for. Maybe. Because I don't know if Harvey's going to develop at this point. So going in for Marler might not be the worst idea, but that's a massive deal from the Dolphins. Nobody at middle linebacker, and right outside, Bashod Mahaffey. But he's not going to be worth it. So if we wanted to give up on Harvey, maybe trade him for value, we could look to try and outbid the Dolphins for Marler, but that's going to be quite expensive. At corner, we're still set. We're fine. We don't need Hayward. And, I mean, we still... Although, in fairness, Keon Matthews... he's okay. What about Joseph Fields? Does he have a good development pattern? Joseph Fields could be brought in to replace Hilton. But aside from that, we're pretty much good to go. At safety, I mean, we have Bennett Huval, so we're fine. Micah Hyde still at a 90, so we don't really need anybody there. So those are the big questions, I'd say. Is linebacker-wise, do we want to go for Charles Marler? Defensive end-wise, do we want to bring in a little bit of depth help? They're just drafted. Wide receiver-wise, that's the draft. So just do we want to bring in the running back depth here or at the draft? And then quarterback-wise, do we want to do something dumb and bring in Aaron Rodgers for a season? Or just maybe look ahead to the draft? I want your opinion on that, so let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to end it here. We're going to end it on a bad note. Hopefully in the next episode with the offseason and the draft, we can pick things back up and try to get more to more of a positive mood heading into next season. 13-3, and we lost in overtime after a blocked field goal got us there. Only the Bills. Only the Bills. You know the deal. Support the video. Support the channel. Check out everything in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one.